Daardoor kun je moeilijk praten en kun je moeilijk bewegen met de rechterarm en het rechterbeen. Verder gaat het slikken ook wat moeilijk en dat is de reden dat u het slangetje in de neus hebt. Dat we u wel medicijnen kunnen geven. En ik denk dat het ook verstandig is om de komende dagen door het slangetje wat zondevoeding te geven. Omdat ik verwacht dat het eten de komende dagen nog wel moeilijk zal zijn. En we moeten niet hebben dat u zich gaat verslikken.
Slikken gaat steeds beter.
Je kunt het slikken heel goed horen.
Lying flat on the bed. Head is in midline position. Use towel to position the head centrally. A pillow can be placed under the weaker shoulder and arm. Ensure that the weaker leg is positioned in a neutral position and not rotated out. You can also use pillows to hold the leg in position. Lying on the strong side. Ensure that the patient is well rolled over onto her side. Ensure that the head is well supported and in good alignment. Place a pillow under the weak arm to support it. Place a pillow under the weak leg to support it. Lying on the weak side. Ensure that the weak arm is placed away from the body before turning the patient over. Roll patient on her side, allowing the body to rest back onto the pillows. Slide the weak shoulder forward to avoid excessive pressure over it. Place a pillow between the patient's legs. Sitting out on a chair. Ensure that the patient is not slouched. She should be sitting well back into the chair. Avoid leaning to one side. Place a pillow under her weaker arm to support it. Ensure that her foot is flat on the floor. If the chair is too high for her, you can place a footstool under her foot. Ensure that the weaker leg is in neutral position and not rotated outwards. You can place towels or cushions by the side of the leg to keep it in position. Ensure that the weak arm is well supported when sitting. Do not let the arm drop. range of motion exercises for the upper limb. For the shoulder joint, support the weaker arm with one hand under the elbow and the other hand under the wrist. Lift the arm forwards and upwards towards the patient's head as far as you can. Hold for 20 seconds. Remember not to pull the arm or force a stiff joint. Always watch for pain. Next, with the same hand positions, bring the arm outwards away from the patient's body. Hold for 20 seconds. For the elbow joint, with one hand supporting the elbow joint and the other hand holding onto the wrist, bend the elbow by bringing the wrist to the shoulder as far as you can. Next, straighten the elbow as far as you can. Next, with the same hand hold, turn the forearm such that the palm now faces down. Turn the opposite direction so the palm faces up. For the wrist, support the part of the forearm close to the wrist with one hand and the other hand with your other hand. Bend the wrist forwards as far as you can. Bend the wrist backwards as far as you can. For the fingers, bend the fingers and wrist forward as far as you can. Next, straighten and stretch the fingers and wrist backwards as far as you can. Remember to stabilize the wrist joint. With one hand, support the fingers and wrist. Move the thumb away from the fingers and back towards the fingers. Next, move the thumb forwards and away from the palm as far as you can and bring it back towards the palm. Next, bring the thumb forwards and round to touch the base of the fifth finger and back to its original position.
Can I make you look up for the camera?
Thanks. Need all the help I can get with that.
I'm going to step first. Okay, go ahead. I'm going for smooth here, okay? There we go. Go. So go ahead and grab the cane. Okay, so the cane is your rail.
I'm leaning the wrong way if I'm going to have the cane.
Right, so push down through the cane just like you were using that railing. There. Now wait for me. So you're going to lean on that cane and then your foot. Now you step with the left. Perfect. Cane. Wait for me. Shoes. Okay, there we go. Now step with the left. Smooth. Very good. Cane.